The dogs don't like the sound of progress.
No, they don't.
You know what? We have found some boards. This is not going to be a pretty job.
Okay.
It's not going to be square, but your measurements have to be exactly like this or it's not going to work. It has to be 5 feet, 5 inches long.
Really? Because that's what you found?
These are the boards that I found that are part of an old fence that had to come down. So that's going to be the sides.
Okay.
Okay? The slatted sides. You want air to be able to circulate through this. So 5 feet, 5 inches.
Okay, got it.
That's going to be our size. You can build whatever size you want. The end is going to be the pallet. Slatted sides on the way up. It's going to set on the ground. And we've got our first load of compost right over there.
It's really
from
big.
Today. Instead of throwing that stuff in the garbage, it goes right in here. Now remember, you don't want animal parts and pieces where it's going to smell really nasty. You have raccoons and critters. So basically vegetable matter, grass clippings, dry, wet, brown, green. You ready to help me get this thing started?
I am.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Now, as we go higher, I got another board out there I can cut up.
Okay.
But it's going to take a while to get up to here. But eventually, we'll keep adding boards. I'm going to leave that low on the front side. I'll probably go one more board at the most so I can reach in with my pitchfork and mix it up and move it around. Isn't it beautiful?
It's really nice.
Do you want to have company over so they can see our beautiful compost bin?
Let's build another one. That was fun.
The house is here, the garden's here, so when we're on our way down to the garden to drop off our compost stuff, it's right here. And then when we need to take stuff from here to the garden, it's right there.
You're smart.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is beautiful.
So basically we have 2 pallets and some junk wood, and in 15, 20 minutes we built a sort of a compost bin. It ain't beautiful, but it's iron.
I like it.
There it is. And as like I say, once we start getting it up here and start getting a lot of grass clippings, things like that, we'll put more boards on until we get up to here. But I am going to leave that front side low again so we can get stuff in and out of it. How about going and visiting the animals, and I'll bring us our first load of duty.
Good, you do that.
I'll do that. All right, we talked about the sheep byproduct, sheep waste, reading up on that. Found out that that is not a hot type manure, meaning that it won't burn your plants. Almost immediately you can take and use this stuff in your garden. And it's also good to put in the compost pile because it's not a real vile, it doesn't smell real bad. So being between the garden and the house, well, we don't want to be smelling a really obnoxious smell. So that's one good thing about sheep. If it was chicken or cow or something like that, you'd have a real problem. But sheep is relatively non-smelling.
You know, I made a fort like this once when I was a kid. Just had a roof. I like it. It was fun.
You know what? Again, as we build, we're starting out slow. But here's what we're going to do. We had a guy out cutting down our ash trees. They had to climb up and get the tops out because the ash borers have destroyed all our ash trees. So we've got all these little sticks. So we're going to put those in the bottom. We're going to spread those around.
Dump them?
Yeah, if you want to. We're going to dump those in here, spread those around. Here, I'll just get in there and kick them around. That'll kind of create this little base. Keep everything lifted up and create what you want is little air pockets so all that stuff can get all comfy together. Then we're going to come back with our sheep dew. All right, now the great thing about spring, well, I enjoy mowing. You enjoy mowing.
I enjoy mowing.
But you know, when it gets nice and thick and you've got all that leftover grass, guess what? We have food for our compost bin.
Really?
Now here's what's your typical. I remember that looks like what Mom used to throw in. And the most important thing there is coffee grounds. But when we put it out here, we're creating our briny goo that'll eventually end up on the garden. Now, we just got started.
It smells delicious.
We got more boards to add as we need them. It's going to take a while, and I'm going to come out here when it gets warmer and it starts stewing, and the sun goes across the south. So it's on this most of the day. It's late in the day now. We've had a busy day.
Yes, we have.
What do you think? Are you excited about your compost bin? Let me
It's
see your excited look.
It's making me hungry, but not for that, for
Is
your
it real?
ribs.
Well, you know what? The ribs, I checked on them a minute ago. I put a couple more briquettes on there.
Oh, okay.
They're looking pretty good. It's almost 2 hours. In about 15 minutes, we're going to check them.
Okay.
If they're falling apart, we're going to eat them. Everybody knows the girls were down. They named the sheep accordingly, Moo Moo and Mikey.
Michael. I like Mikey.
Mikey's
Mikey
good.
and Moo Moo.
But the weather has been so wet and so nasty. Everything is just mud right now. We got mud all over us.
Taryn ruined her boots.
She ruined her boots,
Yeah.
but they did want to go see the animals, so we took them out for a minute to see. Even Sammy got in on the action.
Yes, he did.
And he was well loved by the dogs.